Good morning, everyone. Great news. I'm in a great mood today because, well, on the last video we left off with Carter's build, we were waiting for the engine hoist and stuff like that. So later on in that day, his neighbor showed up, dropped the hoist off. We were able to, the motor's not mounted, but we just placed it in the engine bay right now. So that way, like I explained, we're going to be lifting the car up and down to mount the motor. So we're going to start off right away. First thing we're going to do, we're going to be removing the old pilot bushing out of the crank so we can install a new one. We're going to install the flywheel, install the pressure plate, the clutch and all that. I'm going to tell you all the torque specs we're going to use. Then we're going to mount the trans and put the motor in. Well, bolt the motor up. Here's a preview, a sneak peek of how it's going to look. The black bay contrasts the black valve cover with the green nicely. So we just have it sitting on this cart right now. We're going to leave it on the car. We should be able to take the jack stands out and lift the car low enough. Carter's working on cleaning the flywheel right now, so that's a competition clutch. We talked about this already. 11-pound flywheel with ZZE clutch kit. I have this tool over here I'm going to be using. Let's hop on it. So this is what they call a blind hole puller set. So what it is you put this in where you don't have a back of the hole. You can't get from the back of it, so you just kind of stick these guys in there, and when you start tightening this thread up right here, the tip of it expands to grab because it's got a lip. Put it in the light. It's got a lip on it, so it'll grab the pilot bushing and you just pull it out with a slide hammer. There's the tool set up. I got Carter all set up for it, so it's tight in there. Go ahead, start just sliding it out. What the? Oh, you just broke it. Oh, you gotta tighten that back a little bit.
You always got me on camera looking crazy, yo.
I don't do that.
Yeah, well, as you said about every other clip that they laugh at me about.
Oh, there we go. Let me get that on camera right there. Boom. Pulled it right out. Actually broke. So now we're going to clean the inside of the crank a little bit, grease it, and put the new pilot bush in. We already we cleaned the inside of the crankshaft first. Now I put some grease in there. I always use the Honda urea grease. That's been my go-to grease for anything transmission related for the longest time. So the way I install these is I just kind of get a socket that's the same size as the pilot bushing and just tap it in evenly. So and just watch Carter just tap that in there. Oh, here you go. So this should slide in pretty easy now that we greased it. All you want to go is flush, so a little more. Pretty much it. So there's our new pilot bushing. Get out of the way. There's the pilot bushing right in there. So now we're going to start with the flywheel bolts. Which, let me see them flywheel bolts. Let me see the brand new flywheel bolts that you were talking about a couple videos ago, right? There's the brand new flywheel bolts.
Brand new
and brand new pressure plate bolts. These are the bolts I knew I gave him. So yeah, brand new. I told you I was gonna keep that clip.
I'm not gonna say anything because they called us an old married couple online the other day.
And they hate the way I say radiator.
Are you radiating, Sergio? What are you radiating?
I say radiator. I say radiator. I don't even know. Just however it comes out that day. You know what? You don't got to tell everybody where I live.
Oh.
I'm gonna pause that out.
I feel like you said that in one of your videos.
Never said that.
Yeah, when you first won that holiday. Yeah, I'm from Port.
I've got to pause that again. Stop saying that.
All
right, so red Loctite. So regular Loctite, I put obviously on the flywheel bolts. I put blue Loctite on the pressure plate bolts. Here we got Carter put in the red Loctite. I want to make sure we document this, that we did put red Loctite, because when I lost my flywheel bolts, I couldn't remember if I did or I didn't. But Carter's putting the red Loctite on them right now. Flywheel's on there. One question I get asked a lot is torque specs. For the flywheel bolt, OEM Honda torque spec is 90 foot-pounds for the flywheel bolts. The pressure plate bolts are 19. A habit I got into is I kind of put a little more on the flywheel bolts, so I go to like 21, 22. Just a little extra precaution. So red Loctite, 90 foot-pounds on the flywheel bolts. Blue Loctite, 21, 22 foot-pounds on your pressure plate bolts. And then I'll show you when we put the clutch on. Transmission side, we already put the throwout bearing. We greased the whole shaft behind the throwout bearing. We greased the little connecting or the contact points on the clutch fork. Carter has a new clutch fork spring in there. We greased the splines. Whatever was left over with the grease, put it on the splines. Put it right here on the input shaft to make sure that slides in easy. And Carter's got a new dust boot right here for the fork. So where is it? Right here. He's got a new dust boot. That's the way you put it on. So that way you can see on the inside it covers it so no debris could fall in. And this just went on check. Make sure everything slides good. Make sure the spring doesn't pop off. So we're ready to install this trans. Now we're just going to figure out. We're probably going to, because of how tall this lower cart is, probably just going to get the engine hoist, lift the engine up already right now so we can slide the trans onto this table right here. We'll bolt it up with his hardware kit that he has from Downstar. And then, as soon as we start coming down, that's when we're going to pretty much bolt the motors in, because there's no need to come back down and then come back up to bolt it. Alright, everyone saw we just got the trans mounted to the engine. Carter's loosely fitting the mounts on either side right now. Well, he's going to fit that one up and just flip it up like that. So when we start coming down, we can flip it back down and line it up with our post mount. We're going to probably put the other mount on the trans right now. Should put it right here. Shouldn't hit anything, but we're all ready to go. Here's his more of his beauty hardware that he got from Downstar. Now all we got to do is just center the motor a little bit over, so we got to move it to the driver's side a little bit, straighten it out. Yeah, I guess we can put that one last. Actually, you know what, maybe you should put it on the trans, and that way we can line it up with there, because if we drop the motor in, we might not be able to slide that in the back again. So we'll figure that out, and then you guys are just going to see, we're just going to drop this whole chassis down onto the cradle assembly basically that we have here, and as fingers crossed it'll just bolt in like that. finally got the swap in. Carter's taking off that last gem, which you're probably gonna put back on after this video. Look at that, man. Yo, Carter, you're K-swap now. Yo, you can get excited. It's all right to get excited. I'm sure everybody wants you to get excited.
Not right now, yo. It's not over.
What do you mean it's not over? Dude, this was like, this is a big milestone right here. You got the K-swap in there.
Remember when I first got the engine?
I remember that. I wasn't YouTubing when we first got it, but I remember when we got that engine. That was years ago.
Years ago.
Now look at this. K-swap. The mounts fit good. That back one, was fighting us a lot. But we got it. We got that good.
And then we took the so
What?
whenever we took this down.
The crank bolt? Yeah, we got to torque the crank bolt. I can't forget that. I got a 1/2 inch torque wrench in my garage. I'll have to bring that. That and the crank bolt too, because now we have no other way to hold the crank. Because that's got to go to like 180 foot-pounds or something like that. I don't remember. It's something crazy. I just want to look at the K-swap. Looks good in there. I mean, it's with the, like you said, with the EGDC subframe, got all the space you got in the front. Got a nice radiator in there. Looks good. We supply him some nice bolts for his post mount right here. What is?
This big ass thing right here.
We'll figure it out when we get there. You know. Bro, just take a deep breath. All right. We're still piecing it together, but it's in. I'm glad we were finally able to put this swap in. This has been a long time coming. You know, like Carter just said, I remember when we picked this motor up, what was that, like 3 years ago or something like that? It's when we were both still at the dealership. So, oh no. Bro, it's been like 5 years because I haven't been at the dealership since like 5 years. In 5 years. It's like over 5 years since Carter picked this up. And, well, that was before he even had the car. You just bought the motor in preparation to one day you wanted to do a K-swap Civic. So, I mean, he's been sitting on this motor for 5 years. We rebuilt it last year. This year it's coming out. Hey man, if this could come out once quarantine is over with, like yo, you, me, Kenny, we're hitting the first car meet that is around here. We just cruise out. Because I mean, you're not getting it tuned. You're running the stock ECU, so you just turn key and go. Yeah, I'm excited about this. Yeah, give this video a thumbs up just for getting this motor in here. I should have said that in the beginning. Big thumbs up just for getting this motor in here and getting this far, because now it's just one of those things. You see the motor in there and the motivation just starts coming. Like, it's just non-stop motivation now to get this thing done. I have to do my part. I have to finish the harness. All the shrink wrap, the loom and everything came in, so the next couple days I'm going to be working on that. Carter's got to get a couple more bolts because he didn't have the right bolts to mount the transmission mount to the trans. So we got one that was right, the other one was too long. We had to add washers to it. All the little things that come when you're like putting a swap together or doing any kind of build, it's all those little things. That's what takes the longest time. So now he's gonna get some more bolts. What else do we need, Carter? Besides the harness, oh, you need that long starter bolt. He doesn't have that Honda starter bolt that goes on the top that's like super long. He doesn't have that, so he's got to get one of those. I'd get you the harness.
2 bolts here.
Oh, you need 2 bolts for the TPS? Alright, I might have that at home too. Throw the header on. You have an exhaust?
I gotta cut off the rest of the exhaust.
Oh, well, I mean, you could do that. That's not that bad. You have a gasket, right? An exhaust manifold gasket?
Yeah.
Alright, so you have the gasket, so whenever you're done with the exhaust, throw the header on. Put the TPS, put the harness, then you got to get the bolts for the slave cylinder. Oh, and then you got to put like the whole firewall back together. So like your brake booster, he's got to put all this. The brake booster, the master cylinder, the clutch master, all the hoses in the back. The what?
Fuel filter.
Oh yeah, we got to do the fuel filter, the fuel setup. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, because you got everything you need for that, right? So yeah, we can actually mock that up now. Well, not now, but like the next time we come back to working on this, we can do the fuel setup. Put the regulator like right here, something like that. It's gotta be good. All right, wrapping her up. She's done for the day. It's a great, you know, I even told you this. I tell you whatever I feel. I wasn't crazy about the black, but the black.
Wow, you never told me that.
I told you I didn't like. I told you, why'd you paint the trans black? I don't like black. You should have done it all silver. But the black looks good, to be honest with you. The black looks really good in the bay. This is amazing. This is great. I'm super excited, bro. You're not really showing that much excitement. I'm excited for this.
Excited right now.
Why not?
Because every time I start the car, my mind just knock.
You'll be fine, bro. My motor don't knock, and I built that.
Nah, I ain't about you. It's about my luck in life.
You'll be fine.
Psych, now I'm excited.
Please, big thumbs up. Give Carter a big congratulations in the comments. I'm trying not to say radiator too much, but it's just kind of funny reading those comments. I don't take them personally at all. It's funny. And yeah, man, we got some more videos coming for you guys. Hopefully, we're trucking along with this build. All right. If you're a new subscriber, subscribe. Check the 96EK K-Series playlist. We got from start to where we're at right now. I'm building the motor and everything. And I'll catch you guys in the next video because, again, crazy windy out again. Stay motivated. Keep making those streets louder.